Welcome to Engineers Academy. Subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to receive the notification for the upcoming videos. We are going to solve this problem 239, so it is from 6th edition, right? And in this problem it is said that a portion of mechanical coin sorter works as follows. So pennies and dimes roll down the 20-degree incline, the last triangular portion of which pivots freely about a horizontal axis through O. So this is a triangular portion, and this triangular portion pivots about this point O. So it can rotate, right, about this point O. So it says the dimes are light enough, so the dimes weight is 2.28 grams each. So they roll down and fall into this right collection chamber, right? So the triangular portion remains stationary and the dimes roll into the right collection column. So the weight of the dimes is not enough to rotate this triangular portion. And it says that the pennies on the other hand are heavy enough so that the triangular portion pivots clockwise, and whenever the pennies comes, so the pennies weight is enough to rotate this triangular portion clockwise, so the pennies drop into this left one portion, right? So it is said that determine the moment about O of the weight of the penny in terms of the slant distance. So this slant distance is given, so we need to find the moment of the weight of the pennies, right, about this point O. So let me draw some lines, some reference lines. Let's suppose if I extend this line, so now if I draw another line, let's suppose if I draw this line, right? So these two lines, and let me draw another line, this line, right? And now as we can see that this angle is 20 degrees, this angle is 20 degrees, right? So now the weight of the penny, so now if I represent the weight of the penny, so this could be the weight of the penny directly acting downwards, right? So if I write that this is the weight of the penny, right? So then as we see this line, let's suppose if this is positive x-axis and this is positive y-axis, so the y-axis line makes 90 degrees with this line. Let's suppose if I write A, B and C, so this triangular portion is A, B, C. So this line, this y-axis line makes 90 degree with the AB length of this triangle, right? And similarly this weight vector, this WP makes 90 degree with the base of this triangle, that is BC. So this means that if this angle is 20, right, so then this angle is also 20, right? So this angle is 20 as well, right? So if this angle is 20, so then we can resolve this force into its components. So let's suppose if I draw its components, so then one component will be in this direction, this will be the WY component, and this one will be the WX component, right? So let me write this one is the WX component and this one will be the WY component, right? So now we need to find the moment, right? So first let me write that the mass of the penny is 3.06 grams, right? So the weight of the penny will be equal to 3.06 divided by 1000 to convert it into kgs and into 9.81. So then this will be the weight, right? So we will get 0.00306 into 9.81, right? So this is the weight. Now if we find the components of W, so then Wx will be equal to Wp, and the angle is made with the y, right? So the y-axis, so this one will be the sine component, so this will be Wp sine of 20 degrees, and similarly Wy will be Wp cos of 20 degrees, right? So the angle is made with the y-axis, right? So as we see here, so this is 20 degrees. So now if I write the moment about O, so the moment about O, right? So then if I write wx and its perpendicular distance, so let's suppose if this is the perpendicular distance of wx from O, so this distance, right? So let's suppose if this distance is d1, right? So I will write d1 plus wy, right? And the perpendicular distance of wy, so this is the perpendicular distance which is equal to s, so I will write s. And as we can see that wx is producing clockwise moment, right? And similarly wy is producing clockwise moment, so let's assume that this is the clockwise moment, right? So now if I write, so then this will be MO will be equal to 0.00306 into 9.81, right? And then the d1, so what is d1 distance? So d1 distance is the radius of this penny, this radius plus this height, right? So then what we will do, we will write, and also this is wx, so wx is sine of 20 degrees, right? So sine of 20, and then multiply by its moment arm, so its moment arm d1 is equal to 9.5 plus 3.5, right? So this is in newtons and this is in millimeters, right? So the answer will be Newton millimeter, right? So why I am doing this is that the given answer is also in Newton mm, right? So we do not need to convert this to meters as well, right? So then I will write plus, and then this time it will be 0.00306 into 9.81, and it will be cos. So y component is cos of 20, right? And the moment arm for the y component, this distance is only s, right? So we will multiply this by s. So now when we solve this, so then this comes out to be 0.1335 plus 0.0282 into s, right? So the moment is in term of s, and this moment will be clockwise moment, right? So this means that when the coin is exactly above s, above this point O, so then s will be equal to 0. So when s is equal to 0, the only moment will be this 0.1335, and this is in Newton mm, right? So Newton mm. So when s is 0, so then only this moment will be produced, and when the s increases, right, so then the moment will increase, right? So it is the plus sign. So then this triangular portion will pivot clockwise, so it will rotate clockwise, and this penny will come into this penny's portion, right? So this is the solution of this problem. Now we are going to solve this problem 240. So it is from 6th edition, and in 7th edition the same problem is 249th problem, right? So in this problem it is said that the elements of the lower arm are shown in the figure. So this is the lower arm elements, right? And the mass of the forearm is 2.3 kg with mass center at G. So the mass of this forearm is 2.3 kg into 9.81. So this is the weight, and the weight is acting at this point G, right? So it is said that determine the combined moment about the elbow O. Let's suppose this elbow is point O, right? So we need to find the moment of this weight of the forearm and the weight of the sphere. So the weight of the sphere is 3.6 kg into 9.81. So this is given, right? And in the second part it says that what must the bicep tension force be so that the overall moment about O is 0. So also we need to find the tension T in the biceps, that how much tension should be applied by the biceps so that the moment about this point is 0, right? So we need to find this T as well. So first we will find the combined moment of these two weights, right? Let me draw the free body diagram. So let's suppose if this is that OG distance, so let me write that this is O and this is point G, right? And let's suppose this is A point, right? So at point G we are having the forearm weight. So let's suppose this is that forearm weight acting downward, right? So then this is 2.3 into 9.81, right? Similarly, if I draw a reference line here, so then this is the vertical reference line, and here it is given that this angle is 55 degrees, right? So now here if I draw also, this will be the weight of the sphere, right? So this is 3.6 into 9.81, right? So the perpendicular distance of this weight from O is this distance. This is the perpendicular distance, right? And the perpendicular distance of the forearm weight is this distance, right? So now if I write that this is D1 and this length is D2, so we need to find D1 and D2, right? And the OG length is given. The OG length is 150 mm, right? So we can see here this length is given, right? So this D1 length is the which component? This let's suppose if I write that this is G dash, right? So this G dash is the sine component of this 150 mm, right? So this is the cos component. So if I can write that D1 is equal to G dash G, and which is what? 150 sine of 55 degrees, right? So this is that D1 distance. So this comes out to be 122.87, right? So this will be in mm, right? So now what about D2? So D2 is how much? So D2 is given directly. So this is 325, right? So we can say that 325 mm, right? So now to find moment about O, and let's assume that the clockwise direction is positive and both the weights are producing clockwise moment, right? So I will write this weight 2.3 into 9.81 and its corresponding perpendicular distance. So I will write 122.87, right? Plus this weight 3.6 into 9.81 into D2. So what is D2? So D2 is 325, right? So if we solve this, so this is the moment, the total moment produced by these two weights about point O, right? So this is 250 Newton mm, right? So now in the second part we need to find this tension, right? So if I draw this tension here, right? So this tension is acting vertically upward. So then the perpendicular distance, so let's suppose if I extend this as well, so this, if I extend this, so then this distance, right? So this is the perpendicular distance of this T, right? And this is given that this is 50 mm, right? So this is given 50 mm. So as we see that to cancel out the moment about O, so then this T is producing counterclockwise moment, right? And these two are producing clockwise moment. Let me write it here, right? So then this is clockwise moment. So then what we will do is the summation of moment about O will be equal to 0, right? So then minus T, the T moment, the tension moment is counterclockwise. So we have assumed that the clockwise direction is positive, so then it will be minus T into its perpendicular distance. So its perpendicular distance is 50, right? And then I will write plus 14 to 50, right? This moment, right? So then it will be equal to 0. So then it will be equal to T into 50, 14 to 50, and tension in the biceps will be 14 to 50 divided by 50. So tension in the biceps comes out to be 285 newtons, right? So this is the solution for this problem. This is the moment produced by the two weights, the weight of the forearm and the weight of the sphere, and this is the tension in the bicep, right? This is the solution of this problem.